Good evening. You're watching the 7 o'clock English news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The General Secretariat of the Supreme Council for Planning reveals 3 alternatives for urban development strategy for the government of South Bulletin. Sultanate and Kenya discusses aspects of cooperation in the management of documents and archives. And Britain, France and Germany call for dialogue and an end to the escalation over Iran's nuclear program. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos sent a cable of condolences to His Highness Sheikh Sabah Al-Ahmed Al-Jabir Al-Sabah, Emir of Kuwait, on the death of Sheikh Hamoud Adil Ibrahim Al-Sabah. The Secretariat General of the Supreme Council for Planning revealed during a workshop 3 alternatives for the urban strategy for the Governorate of South Al-Batna. The strategy's alternatives focused on the urban and the coastal growth to benefit from the economic, logistic and heritage potentials famous in the wilayas of the South Al-Batna. The development on the coastline relies on the potentials of wilayas of Barka and Musanna, while the Hajar Mountains will witness a remarkable growth and transformation according to the second alternative, through benefiting from the cultural dimension of the wilayas of Rustaq, Al-Awabi, Nakhal and Wadi Al-Ma'awil. The third alternative is linkage with the Governorate of Muscat to be as an expansion of its population growth. Cooperation aspects between the Sultanate and Kenya in the management of documents, archives, historical studies and electronic documents were within discussions by His Excellency Dr. Hamid bin Mohammed Al-Loyani, Chairperson of the National Documents and Archives Authority, when he met His Excellency Najib Balala, the Kenyan Minister of Tourism and Wildlife, along with his delegation. During the meeting, they reviewed the role of the authority in storing the country's documents and setting up modern systems to manage them as per up-to-date international standards, in addition to the authority's duty of introducing local and international society and its contributions in historical and cultural aspects of the Sultanate by holding conferences, seminars and documentary exhibitions. Britain said today that there was a small window of time to save the Iran nuclear deal, as Tehran signaled it would resume its nuclear program, seen by the West as a cover for making atomic bombs if Europe failed to do more to salvage the pact. U.S.-Iranian tensions have worsened since U.S. President Donald Trump decided last year to abandon the nuclear deal, under which Iran agreed to curtail its atomic program to return for relief from economic sanctions crippling its economy. British Foreign Secretary Jeremy Hunt told reporters on arrival for a foreign ministers meeting in Brussels that Iran is still a good year away from developing a nuclear bomb. There's still some closing but small window to keep the deal alive. The Brussels meeting will seek to flesh out how to convince Iran and the United States to reduce tensions and initiate a dialogue. 2000 deal is close to collapse. 3 key European powers called for dialogue at an end to the escalation over Iran's nuclear program, as tensions further intensified between Tehran and the United States. The statement by the leaders of Britain, France and Germany expressed concern that the 2015 deal over Iran's nuclear program risked further unraveling, but said it was up to Tehran to ensure the deal survived. A statement issued by France said that they believe the time has come to act responsibly and seek a path to stop the escalation of tensions and resume dialogue. The statement was published after President Emmanuel Macron hosted German Chancellor Angela Merkel and senior British Cabinet Minister David Lidington at the annual Bastille Day parade in Paris. The remnants of the once mighty storm Barry, the first hurricane of the 2019 season, dumped dangerous amounts of rain as it crawled north through the United States today after coming ashore west of New Orleans at the weekend. Barry, now downloaded to a tropical depression, still packed winds up to 25 miles per hour and could drop 5 inches or more of rain on a waterlogged Louisiana. That brings the risk of dangerous flash floods from already blotted rivers across much of the Gulf region and Mississippi Valley. Barry, which made landfall on Saturday as a Category 1 hurricane and on the 5-step Saffir-Simpson scale of intensity, and the quickly weakened to a tropical storm, was expected to break up into a post-tropical depression by today. Barry has shut in 1.38 million barrels per day of crude oil production in the U.S. regulated areas of the Gulf of Mexico. Still to come on News Bulletin. The skies of Cappadocia region of Turkey are decked in colors with hot air balloons. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. In order to educate general diploma students with the nature of studying abroad and helping them to determine their future specializations, the Ministry of Higher Education organized Wujha event on its 6th version this year. The event included exhibition, interactive work seminar, concerned the students and their parents on studying abroad. We have details on that by Saleh Makhafan Rahbi.
Studying abroad can be a challenging experience for many. Hence, the Omani social enterprise Salikun, in collaboration with the Ministry of Higher Education and the Ministry of Education, organized the 2nd edition of the Wujha event to familiarize the general diploma students who wish to apply for scholarships with all necessary information related to studying abroad.
It's my pleasure today to be here with other students who are studying abroad, and this event gives me an excellent experience about studying abroad and to choose my best decision to achieve my goals in the future.
It's a good chance for me to know about more about different countries and universities. Also, knowing other students' experience will be useful for me. It will help me to expect what skills I need to study abroad.
Around 500 general diploma students and their parents attended the event to gain hands-on experiences from senior students representing 10 countries about scholarship universities, studying systems, admission procedures, and lifestyles abroad.
My main purpose of coming to this event is to identify or help myself identify which major I want, like me prioritizing the majors I want to pursue in the future and which one I think will benefit myself the most. The fact that there are many scholarship students from many countries in this event will also help me identify and distinguish which country is the most suitable for the major I want to study, the environments there and the cultures there.
It will improve many sides of my personality. First of all, it will build my confidence. It will build my teamwork skills and analytic skills, and will also improve my language.
The event included workshops on personal skills, extracurricular activities, getting enough background about scholarship countries, and the role of parents in supporting their sons and daughters while being abroad. The practical information gained here will help these students make studying abroad a pleasant experience. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh Bukhalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
Craft industries and date palm tree frond works were some products of Omani women in the wilaya of Yanqul in the Governorate of Dakhiliya. More than 15 women from the wilayas showcased their craft works in an exhibition. They were trained to utilize many materials in their surrounding environment, such as date palm tree fronds. The event was organized by Public Authority for Craft Industries at Beit al-Marah Castle. It was part of the programs being implemented by the Public Authority for Craft Industries to support craft industries in the Governorate of Al-Lahira. Oman Environmental Service Holding Company BIA received service of waste management sector from Muscat municipality, starting from Wilayat of Al-Amarat, to be followed by the wilayas of Governorate of Muscat to incoming phases. The company will be implementing awareness programs aimed to introduce the strategy conducted by BIA. We have a report on that by Saleh Khafan Rahbi.
In cooperation with Muscat Municipality, the municipal waste management sector in the remaining parts of Muscat Governorate from Al-Amirat and the rest of the wilayas is taken over by BIA starting from today.
Today we started our sector takeover by changing the bins that been existing, been provided by the municipalities into a new bin that is going to be provided by BIA company. So also we introduced a new bin type that is 2,400 liters. What the beauty of these bins that they have got a pedal. Instead you touching the lid whenever you're trying to get rid of your wastes. So you need to just push this pedal, the lid will be open. And also we are going to use during our project in Muscat a new system to collect this type of bins, which is going to be a side loader. A side loader, so there will not be any worker going to do any work. It will be automatically, it will collect the bin in easy way. And also we are taking all safety precautions.
The sector takeover process will take about 6 to 10 months and will be supervised by a number of technical personnels to ensure safe waste collection and disposal.
As the plan of BIA, today we start at Al-Amirat, the first day of transferring the waste collection from Muscat municipality to BIA. This process will continue in Al-Amirat about 45 days. After that, we will shift to Wilayat Matrah, then Muscat, then Boshar, then Qurayat. We hope within 7 months, 6 to 7 months, all the waste collection system in Muscat will be transferred from Muscat to BIA.
In line with the takeover process, a number of awareness programs will be conducted to spread knowledge among residents of the Governorate about waste management best practices and BIA strategy. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh Bukhalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
Dozens of colorful hot air balloons decorated the sky above Turkey's picturesque Cappadocia, a region, as a new hot air balloon festival drawing visitors from around the world. Here's your report.
The 4-day Cappadocia International Hot Air Balloon Festival was organized in the central Neftiar province, with balloonists enjoying a bird's-eye view of the unique landscape, while those on the ground marveled at the bright balloons which dotted the sky above. During the event, some 150 hot air balloons took to the sky for 6 different flights every day, with 20 balloons of various shapes from nearly a dozen countries, including France, Belgium, Slovakia, Germany and Brazil, all soaring high.
I brought my own balloon from Belgium, Bobo the Happy Lobster, and we're about to take off over here just behind Love Valley for a nice flight.
Cappadocia is the most popular location in the world for hot air ballooning. Last year, over half of the world's balloon trips took place in the region, with more than 500,000 people taking to the blue skies. The region has 239 registered balloons, with up to 150 balloons flying on any given day. It's also one of the few places in the world where tourists can balloon almost year-round. The balloons are tracked by a GPS system, allowing the speed limit and distance of the balloons to be detected during any time of their flight by land technicians.
Up or go down, that's all. And then you have to search the direction of the wind, and so you have a little bit possibility to have a direction. But for that you have to be a very good pilot.
The price of a hot air balloon tour ranges from $130 to $180 depending on the duration. Weather conditions and flights are monitored by the State Aviation Service, which gives permission to take off or may prohibit flights in case of bad weather. Cappadocia is preserved as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is famous for its unique fairy chimney rocks, hot air balloon trips, fascinating underground cities and chapels. Many boutique so-called cave hotels carved into the rock offer a unique glance of the otherworldly region to visitors from all around the world.
This is the Sultan of Oman television. Before we enter tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The General Secretariat of the Supreme Council for Planning reveals 3 alternatives for urban development strategy for the Governorate of South Al-Watana. Sultan in Kenya discuss aspects of cooperation in the management of documents and archives. And Britain, France and Germany call for dialogue and an end to the escalation of Iran's nuclear program. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, good night.